Yo, welcome back, guys. So, a lot of the problems that people face with singing are that they know they need to make an adjustment. They know they need to try and change something in order to fix a problem. But the issue I see over and over and over again is that often they're making the wrong adjustment. But sometimes they're even making the correct adjustment, but they're making it very crudely and in a kind of very extreme manner. And so they lurch from one end to the other. And a lot of the time when I'm fixing problems with voices, or I'm trying to get through to people, like, okay, if you think about it in this more nuanced way, it will start to work. All of a sudden the light bulb turns on and they understand, okay, it's simpler than I thought, but the adjustment I need to make is very, very precise. So just as a simple example, when I go to warm up my voice, or if I'm just having somebody do a very simple exercise, don't even need to go through the bridge to explain this, just anything really. It can be like a... just a mum. Mum, 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 mum. Yeah? Just something like that. Very simple. Now, when we talk about chord closure and what it can give you, this is a good example. Now, often somebody will feel like I'm breaking at the top, so I need more chord closure. Mum, 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 mum. Okay, I'm connecting now. Mum, 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 mum. Yeah, they're connected now, but the adjustment they made was huge. When really the adjustment they needed to make was this one. They were going to really wanting to go from mum, 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 to mum, 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 mum. And then they would connect. So the thing is, the first time they did it and it went wrong, like 95% of it was correct, 90% of it was correct. And the adjustment was just on one little thing. They needed mum, 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 and then they would have connected. But the adjustment they made was too much. Mum, 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 mum. Yeah, they pushed. They squeezed it and connected, but it was overly squeezed. So often the adjustments that beginners and struggling singers are making are like just too large. They're just lurching from one end to the other, and they'll either find that they're like massively disconnecting, or feeling like they're having to push and squeeze through the bridge because it's like that's the only way they know how to connect. And a lot of the time what I'm trying to do is trying to say to people, we've got to zoom right into this and actually start making some more subtle adjustments. You're almost there, but when you are making adjustments, you're like, you are throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. It's not subtle enough. So I encourage you in this video to really start trying to sometimes make big adjustments. Yeah? If you have just airy nothingness, mum, 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 then you need to start dragging yourself over a little bit to finding some connection. But if you can find some squeeze, but you feel like, it just grinds down on me, man, I can't get up through there without it pushing or feeling heavy, you might need to make some of these more subtle adjustments with closure. It's very subtle. If I go like this, you can hear subtle adjustments I'm making. All variables on just a very simple sound. But the idea is that it's not just on or off. It's not a light switch. It's not and It's a nuanced grey spectrum from white to black, from nothing, just air, to just enough closure so there's some type of phonation, to something that's closed, but gentle, to something that's more talking, ma, to something that's more closed, yeah? There's a spectrum of closure, and those adjustments can be very subtle. So struggling singers are often not able to distinguish some of these subtle shifts, and that's my job, is to help them start to discover those subtle shifts. Have a good day, guys. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want my help personally, you can book a one-on-one training session. Drop me a message. My email is in the description. And if you feel like this message was of value, then please feel free to make a donation equal to that value. Again, donation link is in the description. And finally, please share this video with other singers you know. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you in another video. Bye.